And okay, we're live. Welcome to the live stream show on YouTube. Also, you can participate by checking the link out from Google Hangouts. If I send it to you, just hit us up with your email, and I'll be sure to include you for tonight or any other future broadcast. My name is Rodney Jones. I'm your host slash moderator. Also joining me is my man, my co-host, Mr. Mark A. Cunningham, who did the show, and also joining us is our frequent contributor, Mr. Chandler. Brother Chandler's here. So three of us in the house.
What you talking about?
Something I'm doing. Yeah, exactly. Get him, please.
I'm gonna come for you, Chandler.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me find you.
See,
I'm salty tonight.
You're salty every day, man. Yeah, exactly.
Nah, this guy constantly getting at me on Twitter.
I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody told me that. I was just repeating what I was told.
Nobody told you that. You did that of your own volition. When I find you, no. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Now, what were you saying?
What was that?
I said you talking about finding the guy. What else? Finish your little threats or whatever you got to do. Do what you got to do. Hurry up.
He already.
Let's go.
He know what time it is with me.
After you did the early version of your DJ Groove Killer on me, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Listen, by the way, we air between 9 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You already know, like I said, YouTube, just in the chat room, we're there, and we got a whole host of topics to talk about tonight. Sports.
You keep fading in and out. You keep fading in and
out.
Am I? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was my headset, but okay.
Let me try that. Is that better?
Say testing, testing, 1 2 1 2.
Testing, 1 2 1 2.
A little better.
Yeah.
A little bit better. All right. Hopefully it'll remain that way. Sorry, folks. This will happen. You do stuff live. You know, you got quirks going on. Like I said, we have a great show planned for you tonight. A whole host of different topics, sports related, some social commentary as well. And with that being said, let's get started. I'm gonna ride in the lane of the NFL first. I'm gonna go back and forth in the leagues and all that, whatever. Le'Veon Bell. A lot of talk about him. There was a report. This thing with the Jets, though, you know, I have to bring my team, my Jets, of course. There's a lot of things with this. There's been conflicting reports. One says that the Jets trying to just like be frugal and not really invest them and say there's like a little chance, little interest in bringing Le'Veon to the Meadowlands. I forgot what it's called. Whatever, out in the stadium over there. And also the latest reports I'm getting, again, conflicting, is that the Jets are the favorites to land this dude. I gotta tell you, they would be wise to bring this guy out. He's 27 years old. Yes, there's the weight gain. I understand that. Perhaps there's not any motivation right now for him, and being a little out of shape. But still, we're talking about a guy that's an all-pro running back. You know, if not one of the best, if not the best running back in the NFL. Why wouldn't you bring this guy here? You understand? Again, 27 years old. I'm sure we could squeeze 3 to 4, maybe even 5 more years of primetime talent, of all-pro talent. You understand? I don't see why not. Bring this guy here. I don't understand these conflicts. I don't know what the strategy is within that, but just need to stop playing around and bring Le'Veon Bell to the organization. What are some of you guys' thoughts?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
They need talent because talent on that side of the ball. They need somebody who's not even a game breaker, just they need a threat on that side of the ball, and Le'Veon Bell is a dual threat as a runner and as a receiver. So their quarterback Darnold is going to need that to grow, and what they've had the previous 2-3 years at running back has not really been good. You know, if Bilal Powell isn't hurt, he's your best running back. He's pretty good at running and he's a good receiver. Talented back. The rest of the backs they have been overrated. I told y'all on previous shows that I didn't like the running back they signed and that he was meh. And he proved to be really meh. So they need to bring in Le'Veon Bell. They need to bring in a number one receiver, whether that's through the draft or through free agency. If you have $100 million, spend some of that. You give Le'Veon Bell a 3-year contract with a 4th year as an option. Front load it, give him a nice bonus. Let's do this.
Exactly. It's not hard. You understand? It really isn't. I mean, damn, they should just do this. You understand? Now, if they go the other route, I think another name that was brought up. Bear with me for a second. I got the person's name. Hold on. Pardon for a second. There's a free agent running out there. Damn, what's this guy's name? Please, I can't even. Oh, Tevin Coleman.
No.
They brought that
like Tevin. I like Tevin Coleman, but I don't want him on the Jets.
Chandler's like, no, we're not doing that.
Tevin Coleman can't stay healthy.
Right.
So that's the issue.
So yeah, he's very talented. He can't stay healthy. See, if I'm Le'Veon Bell, unless the Jets blow me away with the guaranteed money, and I mean like the first 3 years are guaranteed,
right?
I come nowhere near the Jets organization. I come nowhere near. It's a dumpster fire waiting for some gasoline. Think of the coaches that are on the staff. You got 2 coaches who went against each other in the Bounty Gate thing on the same staff. Okay?
Right.
You got the son of one of the coaches who got suspended for a year and almost lost his career in football on that staff. You think that kid ain't holding a grudge? You got all kind of nonsense. This is just the coaching staff, mind you. This is just the coaching staff. You got a head coach who's going to fight with his owner in Miami. Okay? You got a defensive coordinator who ain't met a head coach that he can't piss off. Again, that's just the coaching staff. We ain't even got to the players yet. We ain't even got to the Robbie Andersons and guys driving the wrong way down in the Lincoln Tunnel. We ain't got to those guys yet. Okay? The best receiver on the team is Quincy Enunwa, and honestly, the next time he gets hurt, his career is probably over.
Right.
So if I'm Le'Veon Bell, if I take an honest look at this organization, why in the hell would I sign there? Now, again, if they blow him away with their guaranteed money, yo, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Get your chips. Yes, for the Jets, it makes sense. I don't see where it makes sense for Le'Veon Bell other than financially. And if the only reason a player comes to your team is because you're willing to overpay him, that is a bad signing.
Okay.
If he's not going to come to play and be the Le'Veon Bell that was an All-Pro in Pittsburgh, then it's a bad signing.
Yeah, look at Olivier Vernon. Look at what the Giants got Olivier Vernon. They had to overpay to get. What have they gotten out of him? Think about some of the guys that have come to New York, guys that they had to overpay to get, right? You can even go back to Brett Favre. Brett Favre didn't really want to be on the Jets. He wanted to go to where? Minnesota, right?
Yep.
Minnesota, exactly.
Green Bay.
And it showed.
Which he wound up anyway.
Right. And you know what I'm saying? So when it doesn't make sense and it's never, ever ended well for any New York team that the only reason the guy came was because they offered the most. Now, okay, yeah, we get that sometimes you're going to offer the most money. But if that's truly the only reason, he's like, I really don't want to come here, man. But listen, they just offered me $100 million. Come on, man.
Right.
Well, do you think?
Let me
Go
just
ahead, Mark.
address Olivier Vernon. The Giants should have never overpaid for him because he never produced like a stud. He's only been as good, and I said it on a previous show. He's only been as good as either the guy on the other side, or in the case of Miami, he had two guys who were good. So it freed him out. And he still didn't get double digits in sacks. I think 1 year.
Right. Well, that's because he was. Listen, he got that money based on him being in Miami, and he was living off that defensive line with Sue and Cameron Wake. You understand what I'm saying? So he was living off them. Off, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you
And
know.
then when he got here, he lived off of who was on the other side, JPP, who still
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
he's not the JPP who was young and towards his prime, but JPP still got double digit sacks last year.
Mm-hmm.
How many did
Right.
Olivier have, and how many games did he play?
I couldn't even tell you. It wasn't that
Don't
much.
overpay for the wrong guy.
Right. What do you really think that they would be overpaying for Bell? I mean,
No, like I said earlier, give him front load the early part of the contract and give him a nice signing bonus.
But
3 years, an option for 4 because he's 27.
right. But
right.
my question is, if he wants to win and contend for championships, right? Let's be honest, that's not happening with the Jets for at least 2 years.
Right.
By then he's 29.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the question is, if he is truly about going to an organization that wants to win and contend, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Jets are way down the list. If the Jets are at the top of his list, then it's only because of money. And again, I'm not going to fault him for that. What I'm saying though is it's a bad signing from the team perspective because you're getting the only reason the guy's coming is because you overpaid for him, which means that you're not going to get. You ain't getting his best effort. He might think he's giving you his best effort, but he's really not because he didn't really want to be here. He just, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you that job you take just because the money's good, but you ain't really want to work there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
Right.
one of the names
You know.
I mentioned was Tevin Campbell. I mean, not Tevin Campbell. Tevin Coleman. He's 25 years old.
Tevin Campbell.
Tevin Coleman. Last year was the first year he played in every game, and he started 14 games last year because he was a little dinged up.
Oh.
But when you look at his stats, he's never had 1,000 yards. He's a decent receiver coming out of the backfield. He's 25. Do you spend some money on him? I mean, would you give him 8 to 10 million a year?
I think you have to, and then you have to go get a between the tackles runner. Because Kevin Coleman is not a between the tackles runner.
Right. He's small.
Yeah.
Smallish.
So if you're going to now, you could take that same money you're going to give Le'Veon Bell. Listen, there's some good running backs coming out of this draft. Get you a good running back in the draft. Sign Tevin Coleman. Now you've spent your money wisely.
And I like the young guy on the roster, McGuire.
Yeah, but so far he can't stay healthy.
Right.
There's always a nick or something with him.
And Bilal Powell, as much as I like Bilal Powell,
can't stay healthy.
It's time to cut the cord with him because he's 28, 29.
And they wasted most of his career. They didn't use him properly. And Bilal has been a guy, honestly. I don't think he's ever played a full season. I don't think he's ever played a full season.
I'll look that up. You know? Gotta look that up. Because I don't even know my damn self, to be honest.
It seems like if he played, I doubt he played more than 2 full seasons since he's been with the Jets. I would bet on the under. Honestly, I'd bet the under.
I wouldn't even
I'm
dispute
about to
that.
tell you right now.
I wouldn't even dispute it. You know? Well, man,
he's played 2 16-game seasons, 2013, which was his third year, and 2016, and he's had 2 seasons, 2014 and 2017, where he played 15 games. Other than that, he's been
Okay.
dinged up.
So,
Okay. Okay.
and so, yeah, I would cut bait with him, but I would, because I think, honestly, I think it'd be best for his career for him to go to a New Orleans, a place like that, for Bilal Powell, where they'll actually use him properly.
Yep.
Because I think he could be a Darren Sproles type guy for them down in New Orleans. I don't think the Jets will use him properly. For whatever reason, this organization has never really utilized his full skill set.
I agree with that fully.
There's no room for
You
him
know?
in New Orleans.
Darren Sproles ain't gonna be there. Oh, Mark Ingram's a free agent, bro.
Well,
Uh-oh.
they might bring him back, but Kimura is the guy there.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well,
you can run power between the tackles. You just can't run in between the
Right.
tackles more than 12 times a game.
True,
No.
I agree.
no. Mhm. That's true. Now getting back to Le'Veon Bell, they also have a couple of teams out there. You know, when the channel was talking about, is this guy committed to winning? You know, or he wants to win a championship or not? And he's talking
He
about the
wants to
Jets,
get
and he
paid.
said two. Well, can I finish my statement?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Groove killing ass, if you don't mind. Damn, dude. I just, can I name the other two before you spout off, man? Shut up, man.
No.
The Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I know. What else is new? I already know you. Painting my. Well, that's for another day. I'll tell you. I'll take a fall. You know what I mean? But however, it's supposed to be the Philadelphia Eagles is one team. And if I'm not mistaken, the other one is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Not bad.
Not
Philly
bad.
Ain't got, Philly ain't got the money.
Right. They sort of capped out.
I would love to see
I
him
believe
with
the
James.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Okay.
With James, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Now, who would be closer if they acquire them? Closer to winning?
Philly.
Would it be Tampa Bay? Would it be
Philly?
Well, okay. Perhaps.
Well, Tampa Bay's got a new coach. Am I not mistaken, right?
Yeah, Bruce Arians.
Right, exactly.
Well, you know what? Bruce Arians is a good coach. So
Yes, he
either
is.
way wouldn't be a wrong move in terms of trying to win. Tampa Bay has pieces. They just always had a dumbass coach and never let the good coach who was there grow with that team, because they've had talent on both sides of the ball.
Well, like I said, I just think that I'd like to see him go to Tampa as well, and I definitely believe either one of those teams, either Tampa or Philly, would probably get a championship before the Jets with on their roster. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before the Jets. So I'm in total agreement with that. Moving on, still in the lane of the NFL. Just talking about Philly. One of their ex-players hit the free agent market, and he's supposed to be signed by next week to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm talking about Nick Foles. What are some of your guys' impressions on this development?
It doesn't make sense to me because they're not running the offensive system that they ran in Philly. Listen, Nick Foles in that system, looked good, right? That short passing, dump it off to the running back kind of a thing, bubble screen, all of that stuff there. He's great in that. You know what I'm saying? Short passing,
Take
let
a
the
shot
guy.
here and there.
Yeah, exactly. That's not how Jacksonville's built. Jacksonville is built to be they run the ball between the tackles and they throw the ball long. Okay, they don't do a whole lot of Leonard Fournette ain't catching no balls out the backfield. T.J. Yeldon, he's got decent hands, but he's no real receiving threat as a running back. Listen, I saw the same tweet you saw from Mike Freeman. There's no way in
Yeah.
hell unless Jacksonville totally overhauls their offense. Now, because the defense really is still good, and in the division they're in, right, which is that NFC, what's that AFC South,
AFC
right?
South.
Yes.
Could they get a wild card with Nick Foles? Yes. I think that's the ceiling, is a wild card. Personally, I don't think they win in 10 games. I think they win in 9 games.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It
I can
comes
say the same.
down. Get off.
No, I was going to say the same thing because when I saw that tweet by Mike Freeman and your reply, chill, I just started like they're crying from laughter. But there's no way. I mean, my thing is like, yo, this dude is a system quarterback with Philly. It worked for him in Philly, but to get the same type of success in in Jacksonville, no, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. And Chandler, you had a perfect answer. You was like, not let's say stealing Philadelphia's playbook, which is a perfect answer. You
Or they
understand? And
fire
that's
the
just what it
coach
is.
because he's
Well,
an idiot.
Hmm?
Doug
who's the
Doug
coach?
Marone is an idiot.
Oh, Doug Marone, right? Okay,
He's gonna get
I'm not a
fired.
fan of him.
Right. He's gonna get fired, and the old man is gonna coach. Bank it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about you guys think that Coughlin's gonna come out of retirement and coach?
Yeah.
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 That right hand writing's been on the wall. Doug Marone usually maybe has a good, decent first year, which he had, Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
the next years, there's a fall off because he can't coach. He's a good defensive. He's a all right. He's a all right. He's a offensive. They need to stop giving O-line coaches head jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think Coughlin's been setting him up for the kill almost since he got there. I think
Yep.
Coughlin's been setting him up to fail since he got there. Because if you really wanted him to be successful, there's no way in hell you give Blake Bortles that extension. No way in hell.
Right.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
think Coughlin gave that to him. That might have been in place before Coughlin.
No. They gave Bortles the extension before last season. Coughlin was there.
Wow.
Okay.
Dang. Well,
And now you're gonna cut Bortles because you're signing Foles.
right.
So if you knew that if he didn't have a good year, you were going to cut him anyway, why would you give him the extension?
It's a good point. I'm not gonna deny it. That's a good point too. Mm-hmm.
Coughlin always wanted to coach, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
Yeah.
He just
Okay.
took the job that since he was previously Jacksonville's was he their inaugural coach?
Yes, he was their first coach.
He was their first coach, and he has some success
Right.
there, so they like him. And I think they were like, well, we don't want to give you the coaching job. We give you, vice president or GM,
Mm-hmm.
whatever he is over there. And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with his eye, like, yeah, I'm gonna be coaching in 3 years. Let me find a sucker coach. Oh, Doug, you want this job?
Yeah, give him that job and just tie it mold until
Didn't
he's ready to go.
didn't they trade one of their best defensive players?
Fowler, Dante Fowler, Dexter Fowler, Dante Fowler.
One of them
Don-
fouled, but
Yes, one of
they
those
traded
Fowlers.
their best. They traded one of their best defensive players. Why?
Yeah, he went to the Rams. As a matter of fact, he played with the Rams.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Why?
Matter of fact, didn't he get a sack in the Super Bowl?
Probably.
He was the one that caused the fumble.
Right.
Right. Well, I mean, damn, man. Like you said, I gotta teach you guys. I can't deny it. I mean, I was a little skeptical. I'm like, why is this man trying to come in and coach in the NFL? But that's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do.
Well,
Maybe it's his ego. I don't know. Who knows?
He was
that's what
forced
he
out.
is.
Yeah, he
Right.
was forced out in New York. Remember, he didn't. That retirement when he stepped down as the Giants coach, that was a firing.
Mm-hmm.
Dressed up as a retirement.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to go. If you remember, he almost knocked Mara down coming down the stairs when Mara went to shake his hand. He gave him.
Watch that video.
He put his shoulder in his chest, almost knocked the man down. Like, I ain't shaking your damn hand.
Right.
Kaufman was salty. He did not want to stop coaching. So you go to an organization that you literally built from the ground because he was the first everything there. He was coach, the president. He drafted the people. You know, he hired the ticket takers, the popcorn guy. He did all of that. So you go back to there. Who's going to say no if Marrone doesn't work out? And he says, oh, I have to come down. And just as an interim, I'm going to, fill in, blah, blah, blah. Who's going to say no?
Yeah. You make a good point. I'm not going to front. Well, we'll see how this situation shakes out too. With the whole good luck, Nick Foles, if you sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but you're not getting 12 victories like Mike Freeman, so that's not gonna happen.
Well, you know what?
At all.
I think Coughlin has had a big hand in Marrone's coaching style.
Yep.
He's probably gonna Coughlin's not a dumb coach, so he will coach to strengths and weaknesses. He gonna have to tell Marrone, I don't know who their offensive coordinator is, but they can't try to do what they tried to do. And why Bortles isn't a downfield passer anyway?
No, Bortles is Bortles is a better runner than he is a passer.
He is.
He's a way better runner than he is a passer. He doesn't get enough credit for how athletically gifted he is.
Right.
He just sucks.
Right.
You just can't trust him to make the right throw at the right time. Bortles is the guy, if you don't ask him to throw you to a win, you can win games with him. You just can't ask him to pass you to a win. Nick Foles, again, I don't think they have the personnel to run the system that really would benefit Nick Foles, because again, that means you're getting rid of Leonard Fournette. You're probably getting rid of TJ Yeldon. You're going to have to get some different receivers. Dude, that's a lot of dead cap money. And by the way, how much you paying him? Because the going rate for a starting quarterback starts at what, 22, I believe? 22, 25?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. And then add in the $6 million cap hit from Bortles, dead money when you cut him. So let's say you give him 25, that's really 31.
Right.
Right. Oh, since I gotta switch back to the Jets real quick. There was a report that they were gonna go after Dante Moncrief.
Who the hell's Dante Moncrief?
The
name escapes me.
Wide receiver, used to be in Indianapolis. He's on Jacksonville.
No wonder the name escapes me.
So they were going to go after, or they weren't.
Huh?
Were they after, or they weren't?
No, there's rumors that they are gonna go after him.
I mean, I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest. I don't know how to feel about that.
I'll pass.
I mean, have you done anything really significant in recent times?
Yeah, that's especially again, there's a lot of good receivers coming out in this draft. It doesn't make sense. See, this is the Adam Gase effect right here. This is the Adam Gase effect. This is the Adam Gase effect. If you think about his time in Miami, he had the best receiver he had was Jarvis Landry.
Right.
Jarvis Landry is kind of a one, but not really.
Right. He's a good receiver.
So Moncrief is what? Kind of a two, but not really. You're going to get a bunch of guys that's kind of a something, but not really.
He's sort of a slot guy.
but not
He's
really.
right. He's a number 2, number 3 receiver in the pecking
Exactly.
order.
He's kind of a two, but not really. So you're going to get a bunch of guys on this team that are kind of this, but not really. Okay.
I see the points. I see the points in that. Dante Moncrief, I'm basically like, well, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, why they make a deal with it? Because I'm like, has he done anything of any great, you know what I'm saying, in recent years? Oh, I never heard that. You know, I heard the name Moncrief. I didn't even know what the Bucks. But that's about the only Moncrief I know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, who the hell is this guy? I make a big effect and job, which is, you know what I mean? So again,
Are you
as much
breaking
as
up
good about,
really, really bad?
am I
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
getting
you
like
sound
maybe
really
every
bad,
fifth
bro.
word.
Yep.
Shit. Damn it. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, you
That
has that mechanical sound like you a robot or something.
oh, word.
Yeah, you
That's
got
up.
reverb and all kind of stuff going on.
Hmm. Testing. Still happening?
Still
Yeah.
happening, brother.
Oh, let me see.
Go get the Bluetooth, man.
Uh,
He's stepping away.
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
All
yeah.
right. Just cut me off when you come back. Groove kill me. But yeah, I wouldn't the Jets always do this, man. They shortchange themselves when they should go after, something good
Yep.
or something
Because of the
better.
coaches, because of the types of coaches that they hire. They hire coaches who either hire inept offensive coordinators, Rex, or they hire coaches who aren't good with their offensive schemes. I mean, everybody keeps telling me Adam Gase was great with Peyton Manning. Listen, I would have been good with damn Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
You
Damn,
know,
damn straight.
that's not a feather in his cap. That's not a feather in his cap.
What about Jay Cutler?
Okay.
Jay Cutler had his best seasons with
Okay.
him.
Yeah. And how'd that work out for the teams Jay Cutler was on?
They ain't go nowhere.
Exactly.
I like Jay Cutler in Denver. Chicago, he was all right also. But that was pretty much because of the players around them. Good defense.
Right.
He had a nice skill set guys in Alshon Jeffrey. Um, what's his name that was on the Jets?
Brandon
Crazy guy.
Marshall.
Brandon Marshall. What's his name? The tight end. That was on the Giants for a minute and was in Dallas.
Oh, Martellus Bennett.
Martellus Bennett. They had and the running back. They had a nice crew
Yeah. Yeah. They had their skill position guys were he had a bunch of Pro Bowl skill position guys.
at every
Um,
position.
right. I don't know. I don't understand what the Jets are doing, but like I said, I'm not shocked that they're doing it because
Mm-hmm.
this is typical Jets.
Right.
Like I said, when they hired Adam Gase, I thought it was a stupid move to hire him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You watched him in Miami be terrible, so let's go hire him. Okay. You could have had Brian Flores. You could have had Brian Flores, but instead you took Adam Gase. Okay.
Right. Right. Uh, I'm gonna move on a little. Staying in the NFL lane. Todd Gurley. I think all is back.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
sound low though now. Speak up
he's
a
not
little.
sit. Yeah.
Okay.
Pump up the volume.
Yeah.
100 right now. Is that better?
No, still
Can you hear
sound
me?
low.
You
Say
low, but you're
test.
clear.
Yeah.
You
Say
clear, but
testing,
you low.
testing. Right. Say testing, testing, 1, 2. Speak up a little.
Testing. One.
There you go.
There you go.
Hope it's a little bit better.
Oh, you could take over. I had brought up. I was about to talk about Todd Gurley and
Let's get into it. It's all good. You know what I mean? Let's do it.
his injury situation and how he really was injured. What are y'all thoughts?
I got interesting. You know, interesting. We talked about this before, Mac, and we talked about the frequent use of him during the Super Bowl. He's not being involved in the offense for that Super Bowl game, and this is very well because the arthritic condition in his knee.
Ooh, you sound bad again, bro.
I have no idea what you just said. All I heard was oopa, oh, oop.
He sound like the Jetsons. Eat, pop,
know, right?
I don't know what's up with this. I don't know.
Do you have you have the Bluetooth on? Oh,
nah.
I don't know. You sound mechanical. Like Chandler said, it's all kind of echoes.
How much stuff you got in your network right now,
Just phone, man.
Because that's usually what you have is a lag, and that's usually when the network is being dragged down.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna hold you guys up. I'm at the bow from it. See what's going on. You know.
Okay.
I'm at the bow, so I'm need to brief Mac because this is obviously good tonight for me. You know.
Okay. Understood.
Right.
What you want? You must be using damn AT&T, man. Go get a real phone plan.
Know what?
Get off that Boost Mobile.
No, Boost Mobile. Don't be lied.
You still got that Boost Mobile?
Yo, he got that Boost Mobile chirp phone. The old, what was that? The old Nextel?
Oh, snap.
Nah, stop, man. Stop.
He got a flip.
Yo, let y'all talk, man.
All right. Yo, just why don't you stay in the chat room then?
I know I'm gonna do that, man.
And I can read your comments to the people. Yeah, so Chandler, what do you think about this situation with Todd Gurley? How bad is it? They say he has an arthritic knee. They're gonna try to do the blood plasma thing to alleviate some of that. What are your thoughts?
His career's over. His career's over. Right. He's going to play maybe 2 more seasons, maybe. Right. He's what, 24, 25?
Yep.
If his knee is already arthritic to the point where they got to do the PRP stuff,
yeah.
Which the next thing after the PRP thing is the microfracture. It's the hormone injections, all of that stuff there. It's the injection of the fluids. It's really going to depend what his pain tolerance is. Honestly, it's going to come down to pain tolerance.
Right.
I've been bone on bone for years, and dude, it's not fun. And I'm not an athlete. Just standing up some days is, listen, going up the stairs. You take 2 stairs, and you just got to stop and wait. So yes, he's a top level athlete and all of that, but he's getting hit in those things. I'm not. I'm just talking about everyday activities. He's got 300 and sometimes 400-pound men hitting him in his knees. I would say he's got maybe 2 years, man.
Right.
And then I think he's going to have to decide how much he wants his body to tolerate. Now, the good thing for him is he already got that big deal.
Right.
You know, that's the good thing for him. But I don't think Todd Gurley plays past the age of 27.
Mm, mm. I I agree. Arthritic knee. If the PRP doesn't really alleviate some of that pain and whatever's in his knee, and they cut, it's a wrap. And
Yeah,
depending on where they do the microfracture surgery at, it could end his career.
yeah.
Some people come back and it's not really a problem. Like Jason Kidd had it, and it
Mm-hmm.
really didn't affect him as badly as other people who've had microfracture surgery on their knees. Talking about athletes, but basketball is different than football, but there's still stress and torque because it's basketball.
Right,
They both bad on the knees
right.
for different reasons.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, and again, it comes down to pain tolerance and how much, do you want to put your body through? How many anti-inflammatories you want to take so that you can have kidney failure, or kidney disease when you're in your 30s or your
Like
40s.
Alonzo Mourning.
Right. So, I mean, it doesn't end well once you get to the arthritic knees portion of the program. It don't end well.
Right.
So, like I said, I'm just glad he got that money already
Mm-hmm.
because I could literally see them cutting him in a year
Mm.
if he didn't have this contract.
Right. 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 So they have CJ Anderson. I think he's a free agent. Do you bring him back?
Listen, they caught lightning in a bottle with CJ Anderson. Um, there's a reason CJ Anderson got passed around the 4 teams. Okay.
Right. You
And
got to see his
listen,
medicals,
there's
not to
also a
laugh at
reason,
him.
right? But there's also a reason that CJ Anderson is the guy who will give you 5 good games a year
Mm,
out of 16. He'll give you 5 good ones.
mm.
Um, one of those games is going to be against the Cowboys because he always runs well against the Cowboys.
Uh-huh.
Um, there's going to be a couple of games where he's going to get 90. There's going to be 2 games where he's going to get you 120. And there's going to be 1 game where he just goes 8 doo-doo. Other
And
than that,
he'll give you a
right,
touchdown or two.
right. But for the offense that they're running, I cannot see CJ Anderson fitting that offense. Now, if they didn't already have Todd Gurley, I would see them going after Le'Veon Bell.
Right. Right.
And if they could figure out some way to structure it, I could still see them going after Le'Veon Bell. But there's just no way I think they can fit that money under their cap.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I think they're going to draft a running back. I think the Rams draft a running back.
Well, they should. They have to, you know.
I believe so, yeah.
Um, I feel bad. I like Gurley. I like what he brings to the table.
Yep.
I like how the Rams play offensively. I like their defense, and that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy because I traditionally hate the Rams.
Yep. But
Going
he's
back,
another victim of Jeff Fisher. Didn't he play for Jeff Fisher for 1 season?
yes, he did.
Isn't it funny how guys who play for Jeff Fisher, their careers get shortened?
Hmm. Yeah, Jeff Fisher's a moron.
So, yeah.
He- he's a moron. He's that coach.
You know what I
Um,
wanted to ask you about was the
yes,
Landon
sir.
Collins deal.
Right.
Um, and I talked about this, or we talked about this when Gettleman first took over that team.
Hmm.
And we talked about the fact that Gettleman gets rid of all the personalities on the team. Um,
Right.
and he's slowly been doing that.
Hmm.
Landon Collins is next.
Right. Got
Um,
rid of JPP.
got rid of him. Eli Apple, and you can say what you want, but Eli Apple, it was a decent cornerback who was going to be a good cornerback. That, like I said, that bad season he had, a lot of that people tend to forget that his mother went through brain surgery.
His
And
mother went through brain surgery.
yeah,
He was a
Annie Apple.
rookie.
Right. It was a lot going on.
The
There's a lot going
team
on.
as a whole was dysfunctional that year.
Right. So I gave him a pass for that. A lot of people tried not to. That's really when I
Right.
really stopped liking
I
Landon
agree with
Collins
you.
because he kept taking shots at the kid and like, dude, you know what's going on the field in this kid's life, but whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
Gettleman doesn't like big personalities on his team.
Right.
Um, and that's why all of this noise about Odell Beckham being traded, I believe it's
Mm-hmm.
true. I believe that Odell Beckham is the next one to go. But it doesn't make sense for the Giants to get rid of Landon Collins. Whether I like his personality or how he does business or not, he's a Pro Bowl linebacker.
Safety.
Safety, I mean. Well, he
Mm-hmm.
plays like a linebacker
Well,
in the run
yeah.
game. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he in my opinion, he's really a hybrid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't get rid of guys like that.
I said
You
that in the
sign
group.
them. Yeah, you sign them. You don't get rid of guys like that. It makes absolutely no sense.
Mm-hmm. But they wanna he's a free agent. They want to franchise him. He has said he doesn't he's made it clear he's not he doesn't particularly care to be franchised. He'd rather them give him an you know, a long-term deal.
Right.
But he said he has no choice in that matter, but he might pull a Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, hold out.
I wouldn't be mad at him. He's had some injuries, heal up, and hopefully you saved your chips from your
That's the
previous
thing.
contract.
That's the thing. This is his first contract. He ain't got no money. He can't afford to hold out. He's on his rookie deal.
I know.
So he can talk about holding out all he wants. Here's what he's going to miss. He's not going to sign until he has to come to camp. He's going to miss all
Right.
the voluntary stuff and he'll come for the
Right.
mandatory stuff.
Right.
So if you get rid of him for that, you were looking for a reason to get rid of him anyway.
Mm-hmm. And he is their best player on defense, probably the best, if not the second best player on the team between him and Odell Beckham. So you don't give away studs.
Nope.
I'm not a big believer in doing that.
Nope. And you know where he's going to go, right?
Where?
Who needs a safety right now?
Tell me.
Dallas Cowboys need a safety.
Yes, they do.
Now, Earl Thomas is coming off his second broken leg. Earl Thomas is 30 years old. Earl Thomas wants a lot of money. If I have to pay a lot of money for a safety, am I going to pay the guy that's coming off his second broken leg and is 30 years old, or am I going to pay the 20 something? I'm paying the 20 something.
Right. Like Ronan Black just said, Landon Collins is a faster version of Roy Williams, the safety when he was healthy. Good in the box, good downhill tackler, average in coverage, good in delayed blitz packages.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Yeah, that's what he is. And
Yeah.
I know Ronan would take him in Dallas. I know if I was Dallas and he was a free agent, I would go after him also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd go after him before I went after Earl Thomas. Now, I'd go after Earl Thomas if I'm Dallas because Thomas, you should be able to get him cheaper because trust me, he cost himself about $30 to $50 million with that broken leg. He's
Yeah.
not going to get the money he thinks he's going to get, not at age 30, coming off a second broken leg, which is a career-threatening injury. If the
Yep.
Giants let Landon Collins walk within 48 hours, I would bet my life that Jerry Jones signs him.
Oh, hey, and I would be, I'm a New York Giant and Jet fan. I would be laughing. I'd be laughing. I'd call John Marin now if I had his phone. Say, you idiot.
Yep.
You don't let Pro Bowl players go. You don't let them leave your
No.
building
Nope.
unless you have something in place. Do you have anything in place?
No,
No.
they don't. They don't. And Landon Collins strikes me as the type of guy that would take less money to go to Dallas just to stick it to the Giants.
Wouldn't you?
I kind of would, yeah.
See,
Yeah, I would.
me too. You know, and the Giants, I don't know. They the previous GM left them in a bad position. He was bad at signing free agents, good at certain things in the draft, but overall he let things erode around the team.
Yeah, yeah, but it wasn't. You know what? The cupboard wasn't bare. The Giants' biggest problem has
No.
been Eli Manning. The past 3 seasons. If they had had competent quarterback play, just competent quarterback play, they would have won more games.
Mm-hmm.
So now they didn't have enough offensive talent, and yeah, they were lacking in that. I'll give you that. But I'm not going to act like Jerry Reese left the cupboard bare because he left them some really good defensive pieces. Um, you know, but like I said, this is what happens with Gettleman.
Oh
So
yeah,
for those
Gettleman
Giants
is an
fans,
idiot.
yeah, be prepared. This is what Gettleman does.
That's
Um,
why he ain't in Carolina. I think I don't. What's the cornerback that got into the beef with ODB?
Norman,
I don't like that dude, but
he's a jerk. He's a clown.
he is. But he fit schematically what Carolina did. He was a not a great one-on-one cover guy, but good in like a cover two type zone that they
Mm-hmm.
played. Good at pressing receivers. Um, he just doesn't have enough speed. They would get by him, but he also was a personality that worked for their defense. He was the heart and soul of their defense
Yep.
from a personality standpoint. And once they let him go, once Gettleman rescinded the contract he gave him, their defense's personality changed and it was different the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Washington, they're not playing him to his strengths, although he's not a bad corner, but schematically he's not the same over there either. He misses
No.
them and they miss him.
Yeah. Yeah. But um, he kind of got what he deserved, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, you're right. That's what Gettleman did. I mean, Gettleman got rid of Steve Smith 3 years too soon.
Right.
Not 1 year too
Right.
soon. Not 2 years too soon. 3 years
Right.
too soon.
Right. And an iconic player for them.
Right. And what
You
was funny is they spent the next 3 years trying to replace him
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with Kelvin Benjamin and Devin Funchess. How's that worked out for him?
If they didn't have McCaffrey, that offense would be total garbage.
Yep. It really would.
Yeah. You want to move on a little?
Yeah.
UFC. John Jones won his second match in it's been a quick turnaround. He says he wants to move up to heavyweight, but he will only do it to fight Brock Lesnar if once Brock Lesnar comes back to UFC. But Dana
Come
White
in.
said if he does do that, if Brock Lesnar comes back to the UFC, he's gonna have him fight Cormier at heavyweight. And John Jones said he's fine at light heavyweight and cleaning out the division. What are your thoughts on his latest comeback and future fights?
Well, I hate John Jones, first of all. I think he's a clown. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my understanding is, because I won't watch his fights, is that he should have been disqualified in that fight. But
I didn't
the
see it
guy he
either.
was fighting was like, no, I don't want to win by disqualification, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken. Is that correct?
I didn't see it, but I know he got dominated in every round.
Okay. It was something on Twitter about Jones hitting with an illegal um, shot, punch, whatever,
Right.
and should have been disqualified. And the guy was like, no, I don't want to win by disqualification, and then proceeded to get his ass whooped. So maybe you should have
Take
took the disqualification, buddy.
take
Um,
take the W, you
I'm
moron.
saying.
John
but
Jones is an ass, but he is one of the best.
right, right. Um, I'm not really. I'm not really. He doesn't excite me anymore. I don't care what he does. I'm
Right.
not gonna watch his fights. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Add in the fact that honestly, in the light heavyweight division, there's really nobody there anymore.
Right.
Um, there are no good fights in the light heavy. Um, so okay, and I don't want to see him fight Lesnar because why would I want to see two steroid guys go fight? Because one of them is gonna after the thing is gonna come up positive for something.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I don't know. I'm over Jones. I really am.
Right. I've been over him. I used to like him, but now I'm like, dude, you just torpedo what could have been a great career
Yeah.
due to your, your issues with drugs, and then you doing steroids and just other driving drunk and all kind of other foolishness. He's a person who had me watching UFC
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
because
Yeah.
I would watch it and I'm like, okay, this is alright. Yeah, none of these people really excite me. And then here comes this guy, and
Right.
you know, I do watch UFC now, more frequently than I have. So, but um, he has a short time also to get it all together because he's what 30 something or close to 30 something.
Probably so. Yeah. Yeah. He needs a couple of big fights. I mean, the Lesnar fight would be a moneymaker.
That's
Um,
what it's for.
I think the reason though that Dana White wants Lesnar to fight Cormier because I think Dana White knows that every time Lesnar's fought in the UFC, afterwards he's tested positive for something.
Right. Right.
So what's the point in having John Jones fight him if you know he's going to test positive for something?
Right.
It doesn't even make sense to do. So let him fight Cormier and see if he can stay clean for that fight. Then let him fight Jones.
Mm-hmm. Right. I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah. What about the Tyron Woodley fight? That's my guy. He got his ass taken by Cameroon Usman.
I didn't see it, so I have no.
Oh. Well, Tyron Woodley's 36 years old. I think that
Yeah.
bears in him taking the L. Usman's previous fights, he's been superly aggressive and swarming his opponent, which is what he did to Tyron Woodley. And he just was the better man. Tyron Woodley just couldn't do anything with him.
What? That's about time for Woodley to go at 36. I mean, how much
Right.
longer is he really going to be able to fight?
Right.
I mean,
And
at a high level.
right. And in reading reading up on the fight before the fight, he was saying, man, maybe I got 2 fights, 3 more fights in me. When you start doing
Oh,
that,
you done. You're done. That's his last fight. When you start counting the fights down, you already done.
right.
He's
And he
already done.
always he always wanted a big money fight, which is has eluded him, and he should be a bigger star in UFC because he was after John Jones, he's the pound for pound, one of the pound for pound best guys in UFC.
Right. Yeah. Oh, maybe Jones can fight him.
He would have to go up drastic. He would have to go up. Woodley would have to go up maybe 20 pounds to do that. To go up to light
Oh,
heavyweight.
no, then maybe, but a catch weight. They could do a catch weight.
Right. You would pay for that?
Oh, I don't pay for UFC at all, but I think a lot of people would. I'm not getting
Okay.
Dana White's not getting a dime of my money.
Well, if
But
Dana White wasn't involved in a
yes, then
perfect
yeah,
world where you could pay for that, would you pay for it?
yes, I
Okay.
would like to see Woodley fight Jones because I think Woodley could take Jones at a catchweight. I think Woodley could take him.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not a Dana White fan either. I think he's a total ass.
yeah, but I think even if he didn't, I think that would be a really good fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. It would. But Dana White doesn't make good fights. He makes money all his fights are based off of money.
But I think that fight could make money if you think about it. Listen, Anderson Silva's last bout, and he's 100 years old, made money.
That's because it's Anderson Silva.
Oh, John Jones is good. People are going to want to see him fight.
Of
Woodley is
course.
a name. Woodley is a halfway decent name. So I think
Right.
it would be. Listen, I think that would be a pay per view that could get some sales.
Right. But here's the drawback. Dana White wouldn't he doesn't want to put John Jones, who's a cash cow, and he wouldn't want to put Tyron Woodley, who's a good fighter and also somewhat of a household name against each other. You know how
But
that
that's
you know how it
yeah,
goes.
but that's why you do it at the catchweight. So even if Jones loses, oh, it was a catchweight. You couldn't beat
Right.
me at my regular thing. So now Woodley has to come down to Jones's weight or go up to Jones' weight to really fight. Are you willing to come
Right.
up to my weight instead of me having to? You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
it it gives you the opportunity to make a couple of more fights.
It's Dana White though.
I got that. I got that.
let's let's move on to the NBA.
Okay.
Um Damon Lillard, according to R, um, I didn't see the story. He says he wants to stay in Portland. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on that?
I'm not surprised. All you have to do is look at where Damian where did he go to college at? He could have went to a big school. He didn't. He chose not to.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
from Oakland.
Right.
That's just who he is. That's his personality. That's why Portland fits him because
Mm-hmm.
that's who he is. He's not a big city dude. He's not
Right.
somebody that that is seeking, you know, all of the bright lights and the glitter.
Right.
That's he's comfortable in an environment like that. That's because Portland, listen, there ain't a whole lot to do in Portland. You know what I'm saying? Ain't a whole lot of clubs in Portland, you know. So
It's
it's
the hippie movement out there, and some other
yeah,
things out there.
yeah. I mean, it's nature, it's nice, it's near the water. It fits him. So I'm not shocked that he said that at all. I never expected
Mhm.
Damian Lillard to ever leave Portland. I think Damian Lillard will wear one uniform his entire career. That's the
That's a good
Blazers.
thing to me.
Well, I'm not going to say that because I would love to see him go somewhere he could actually win. But if he chooses to stay there and he is, I don't have a problem with it because based on if you look at his entire career from where he went to college all the way through, are you really surprised that he said that?
Right. When you look back at and I called it on the In the Paint show on Blog Talk. When LaMarcus Aldridge said, "I'm not gonna leave," I was like, "He lying. He leaving tomorrow." And what did he do?
Yep.
He left. Not mad at him because he is who he is and he did what he wanted to do and got big money. But I knew LaMarcus Aldridge was leaving,
Right.
and
But even him, he still went to what? He went to San Antonio. He
right,
didn't go to some big place, but he went to a place where he had an opportunity to compete for championships, but still stay in a small community.
right, right, right. And Nick fans crack me up. Oh, we gonna get LaMarcus? I said, he ain't coming here, man. You're smoking.
And
And at that time, I didn't want him
yeah,
either. But
I don't think he would have worked here because it doesn't work for his personality.
right, right. And when you look at Portland squad, they got a nice crew.
Yep. Yep.
They got a nice crew. Enos Cantor is actually working out there.
Yes. Yes, I know. Why do you think I kept saying the one place Carmelo Anthony should have went was Portland?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it. because the one thing they asked Enes Kanter to do was the one thing that Carmelo Anthony can do: score in the paint.
Right. Right.
But Carmelo Anthony didn't want to go to Portland. He didn't want to go to a small community. Okay. Well, guess what? Now you don't go nowhere. But yeah, Damian Lillard, I'm not shocked that Dame is
Right.
staying. It fits who he is, and I appreciate the fact that he's staying true to himself and he's not allowing people to dictate what his career should be. Because this
Right.
fallacy that your career is only good if you win a championship is this new age fantasy football crap that people are doing. There are a whole lot of great players that didn't win championships. Doesn't make the careers any less great.
It's not even fantasy football. This comes from the Jordan era.
But
People been doing that. When I when we used to go in the barbershops or at work and people, oh, he don't have no rings like Michael Jordan. I'm looking at dudes like, I don't like the mailman, but the mailman is a was a top tier player. He doesn't have any rings.
no,
Mailman was one of the best power forwards we'll ever see.
yeah,
And this coming from a person, I don't like the mailman
no,
at
I can't
all.
stand Carmelo. It's a terrible human
Um,
being. But go ahead.
but all time, one of the all time greats, Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
so like I said, I'm happy that Damian Lillard decided he's going to control the narrative on his career.
Right.
So
Which he should.
good for him.
Yep. Yep. I got another. We got another NBA topic. Um, the disappointing teams in the NBA.
Which ones?
Oh, it's a few.
I know.
You start with one, and I'll come, and we'll talk about the other one that I bring up.
Okay, I'll
What's
start in Boston
right?
um, with the clown Kyrie Irving. I don't
Yes.
call him a clown. See,
Mm-hmm.
here's my problem with Kyrie Irving. This has always been my problem with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's not a winner.
Right.
Kyrie Irving is a selfish player
Yes,
whose
he is.
game does not contribute to winning.
Right.
And for those who are going to tell me, yeah, but he hit the shot in the championship, bibby bobby boo. If LeBron James on that team, if LeBron James isn't on that team, Kyrie Irving never makes the playoffs.
Thank you.
Kyrie Irving never makes the playoffs in Cleveland without LeBron James and Kevin Love and all of the guys that came in there. The Iman
Right.
Shumperts and all of them. Okay? Kyrie Irving doesn't make the playoffs. So don't tell me that he's some great closer when it took a cast of thousands to get him to the point where he could be a closer. That's not
Right.
to say that he's not supremely gifted with the basketball. He is. But he's
Mm-hmm.
not a winning player. Don't tell me you can build a franchise around him because you're not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, part of the problem in Boston is Brad Stevens. I think Brad Stevens is a great coach. You can be a great coach and not be able to coach superstar players.
Mm-hmm.
Don Nelson, great coach, right? Don Nelson
Right.
never really had a true superstar player, and a couple of times he did, it did not end well for him.
Right. Right.
Remember Patrick Ewing? How'd that work with Don Nelson? Because Don Nelson's system was about everybody playing a certain way. It wasn't about the star is going to get the ball and everybody got to fit in around him. That's not how Don Nelson's teams played. So it doesn't. Brad Stevens is the same way. Brad Stevens' system is predicated on everybody.
Right.
Everybody doing what they do. It's not predicated on he's the star, y'all fitting around him.
Right.
That's why Boston isn't working. That's why, and I said this if you remember before the season started. I said Boston would be worse with Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward than they were last year. They got to the conference final. They got the game seven of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Without
They got
them.
the game seven without them. Don't tell me that Kyrie Irving makes them better. He doesn't make them better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he just doesn't. He doesn't make them better. they're not a better team. And like I said, part of that is on Brad Stevens, but a large part of it is on Kyrie Irving. Here's a thought: shut up. Stop taking shots at your teammates. Stop
Right.
whining.
Right.
I was on Twitter today and kind of had a little back and forth with somebody because now Kyrie is saying, "Oh, I just want to be a basketball player. I'm tired of all the media and this and that." And then the young lady goes on and say, "Oh, how come people don't understand these guys just want to be basketball?" I said, because that's usually being said by somebody that has constantly put themselves in front of a camera. And then when things go badly, now they say they just want to be left alone. And that's what this is. Kyrie Irving is now finding out what it is to be the man. It's
Mm-hmm.
not fun.
It's not.
Being the man is fun for 5 minutes. After that, it's a pain in the tuchus. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's fun for 5 whole minutes. After that, it's just a pain. And now, and if you look at him, oh, I'm not having fun, and I'm not this. Nobody gives a damn, Kyrie. You asked for this.
Yeah, that's what you said. Your going away statement to Cleveland was, I want my own team. I want to do this, that, and the third, and be the man, be the man, be the man.
Mm-hmm.
I said this on the show. If I was LeBron and he called me, yo, bro, I didn't click. I
Oh,
didn't know.
listen,
What didn't you know?
we'll get to LeBron in a minute, because,
Oh yeah.
but
Yeah. That was gonna be my number two. But yeah, you apologizing to LeBron? What you want to go to LA next year?
hmm.
Where it's safe? Because LeBron take all the bullets?
Oh, and by the way, for all of the Knicks fans that keep talking about bring him to New York, if he can't
No.
handle the media pressure in Boston, what makes you think he? Here's the thing about Knicks fans that they seem to forget about themselves. Let Kyrie have 2 bad games in a row,
Yeah, y'all be
and
calling
the
for his
articles
head.
that start. And he can't handle Boston. What makes you think he can handle New York?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He listen, I also said it wouldn't work out in Boston. Kyrie is a scorer first. Doesn't play good defense. Um, he has stunted the growth of Jalen Brown. Um, what's the other guy?
Jason Tatum,
Jason
Terry
Tatum.
Rozier, Marcus Smart, you name it.
He stunted all their growths.
Hmm.
Because Tatum was basically the guy they were going to and running their offense through, and he was their go-to guy on offense last year. And he was doing well. Not
Yep.
great, but doing well in his rookie year. And Terry Rozier was doing his thing. Terry Rozier, I think he is an unrestricted free agent.
I
I
think so.
believe
Yeah. Yeah.
he might be out of there, and I don't blame him. Nick fans wanted him. I don't want Terry Rozier though. I
Uh,
like him, but we don't need Terry Rozier. We got
Terry
guards
Rozier
already.
might want to stay in Boston because I don't think Terry Rozier is going to be nearly as effective outside of that system as he thinks he's going to be.
Right. Um, he just Kyrie is an enigma. You wanted to be a leader, and now you are the leader, but you don't know how to lead because you never were a leader.
Right. And like I
Maybe
said, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said maybe he grows from this experience and
No,
becomes
he
a
won't.
better player. Well, I'm just being facetious.
Yeah. See, and again, uh, I'm going to say the blame share here is 50-50, him and the coach and the front office.
In,
Because,
in Boston.
yes, because
Hmm.
Brad Stevens, if you don't know how to coach a superstar player, you should have figured it out by now. You should have called around to some coaches that have had to coach superstar players and said, "Hey, how do I adjust my system to make
Right.
the most out of this player?"
Right.
He didn't do any of that. Danny
Hmm.
Ainge, why haven't you sat your coach down and said, "Look, man, I get that this system you run works for you, but you know what? We have a singular talent here, and you need to adjust. Brad Stevens has not adjusted.
Right. He adjusted for Isaiah Thomas in
But
his type of game.
right, but the difference was the guys liked Isaiah Thomas. So
Right.
they willingly bought into, okay, we'll just fit in around IT because they liked Isaiah. They don't
Right.
like Kyrie. Kyrie's not a likable guy. He's a prick. Okay? He's a prick. Ain't nobody trying to accommodate you when you're a prick.
Right. I agree. Let's go to LA.
All right.
LeBron. Le Dumb. The AD fiasco. Young players holding their head down. What happened in LA? Why is it a fiasco?
Because LeBron is pointing fingers left and right. I don't think this has
Mm,
anything to do with the trade. I think this has way more to do with the fact that LeBron keeps putting his teammates down. He keeps taking shots at his freaking teammates.
right.
And guys are tired of it. Add in the fact that he ain't trying to play no damn defense. Add in the fact that the coach can't coach. Let's be
Right.
clear. Luke Walton don't know what the hell he's doing.
Right.
Add in the fact that as much as people don't want to admit it, that team needs Lonzo Ball.
Right.
That is not the same team without Lonzo Ball. And
Right.
then to top it off, like I said, you got freaking LeBron James every time they lose a game. He huffing, he puffing. Oh, yeah, and guys don't want to. And blah, blah, blah. This is the crap he pulled in Cleveland. He got away with it in Cleveland because
Right.
he was from Akron. You in LA now. You know, you're the one that told Magic you wanted Lance Stevenson, who can't shoot, and Rajon Rondo, who can't shoot, and KCP, who can't shoot. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that did that. You
Mm-hmm.
don't get to take shots at your teammates every time they lose. Oh, and by the
Right.
way, how in the hell do you let 7'1 Andre Ayton defend you on the perimeter in a game y'all have to have? But you talking about you the greatest of all time. Because here's what I know about some of the guys that I call the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
If some of those guards, like an Isaiah Thomas, a Magic Johnson in his prime, a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, you put a rookie 7-footer on me to try to
I'm
defend me in the
cooking
perimeter,
you.
man, listen, I'm fouling him out in the first quarter. Okay? He let Andre Ayton guard him for the entire damn game. Please. Come on, man. This is all on LeBron and Magic. They build the floor, they
Right.
built the floor team, and now LeBron is constantly throwing his teammates under the bus and not willing to accept responsibility for the fact that the majority of what's wrong is his fault.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That and y'all need the shooters, not not the players you have.
And then why would you they traded the kid Zubac, who was their best big man shooter,
Mm-hmm.
for Mike Muscala.
Right.
Think about that for me.
And they let Brooke Lopez go.
Yeah.
What did
You
they
needed
trade him?
shooters, but you got rid of shooters. Oh,
Right.
but you traded for Lewis Bullock because Lewis Bullock is, yeah, people really wanted Lewis Bullock at the trade deadline.
Yeah. In the chat room, we got my brother Kevin Williams. He says sounds like LeBron is LA stunting growth. R is questioning me why I called him the dumb. He says Lonzo is a difference maker on defense, and he can't believe he just said that.
And yeah,
Um,
yeah, exactly, right? But here's the thing: when you play good defense, what happens? Guys
good things happen.
work hard. Yes, so now guys on offense are freer because you're getting the ball more. There's steals and dunks and da 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 da. and the team what? The team atmosphere, the team vibe is better. Lonzo Ball is a glue guy that nobody realized.
Right. Right. Hey, this is what LeBron asked for. Now you got it, son. And I was
That's it.
wrong. I said they would probably be the number 2 seed. It looks bad. I was really wrong. Really, really wrong. Did they
Dude, they
improve in the
might not make
win?
the playoffs.
Huh?
They might not make the playoffs.
They're not gonna make the playoffs. Now, last year they won 20 something games. And
Mm-hmm.
we always agree that LeBron adds maybe 20 wins to any team he's on.
Yeah,
Um,
15 to 20. Yeah.
it's like 10 now. It might be 7 right now because they're 30 and 33 with 20 something games left, I believe.
Mm.
And that loss, they sitting in 11th or 10th place, I believe, 3 games behind the Clippers who got the 8th spot. Um, it doesn't look good. They're probably not going to make the playoffs.
No, I don't think they are. Um, and one of the things that they should have done, they should have fired Luke Walton at the
December.
yeah, they should have fired Luke Walton when they had the opportunity. They should have fired him. Listen, I like Luke Walton. I think Luke Walton will be a good coach.
Right. Just not with
This
this team.
not with this team. Absolutely not. Um,
I
but the
think he
problem, go
good.
ahead.
Good.
No, no, go
I
ahead.
was gonna I was gonna say I think he's intimidated by LeBron. And intimidated by Rajon Rondo in that those guys been to championships, they won championships, they got big names, and he doesn't know how to coach them.
Well, see, Luke Walton has won championships. He's been on teams with big names. The problem
Right.
with Luke Walton is they don't respect him because they used to play with him. He was their teammate.
Right. Or rather they played against him.
No, Rajon Rondo, I'm pretty sure played with Luke Walton. LeBron
No,
might not have, but I think Rondo did at some point. I think he did.
no, he never played with him. But that's here nor there.
Right. But okay, well, they look at him as a peer, not as the coach.
Right.
Um,
Which he formerly was.
right. And he never established when I was in the service, right? And you know, me and my boys, whatever, we were all the same pay grade. And then I made E4, and now I'm a supervisor.
Uh-huh.
And suddenly I didn't know how to lead them. I
Right.
was still trying to be a friend.
Right.
And one of them pulled